Hello and welcome to the 21st Bo Cameronian Arts Awards on set. My name is Miriam and today we are talking to representatives from Animal Farm by Pentas Project and W Productions. So welcome all of you to the set. Thank you so much for joining me and congratulations on your nominations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all well deserved. So I'd like to really go in straight into the production lah, and I'll hone in maybe on Yuanci Ng and Soo Ming. How was it like to, I don't know, portray these characters on screen?
It was chaotic.
Let's talk about the chaos.
The first thing is like we have to like act like animals. Yeah. So like especially like he also got two characters. I got two characters as well, but mine is like very distinct. It's like one is horse and one is like bird. So it's like one is very noisy. I mean the other horse is also like noisy, but we have to like the director is very strict on how we move our body and must like have the essence of like the animals. So it's like every day we warm up, you heard of a lot of animal noises and we would be like galloping. I'm a horse, yes, galloping around the theater at the space.
What was training like? When did you start training? Like how many weeks before the show? How many months before the show?
I said we trained for
basically we didn't really train, but Common actually gave us quite a big space of creative work. So he just leave us, okay, just make a animal body and then I come and watch you. So we actually spent how many months at home? Like we have homework to do. A few months ago before we start a rehearsal, and then we all prepare our own,
We have to memorize the script already.
Yes.
Yeah, before we on the floor. Yeah, working on the script. Yeah. But nobody is really memorizing the script. It's like on the spot shit. Sorry, director.
I think it's a challenge because to have both physicality and the lines learned before we start rehearsal, I think it's kind of challenging because as if the reality of Malaysian theatre, we all have our own jobs. So it's very hard to focus on the lines and the physicality at the same time. You need to do your day jobs and all that.
Really need to memorize
it. It's true. When we come to the first day rehearsal, it's like, did you learn the lines?
Yeah.
There's one the newest boy. He's the one that only memorized all the like old people. Not
was it Jeremy?
Jerry is the one that.
Jerry, yes. Yeah.
It's like, what? Why? I already memorized all, but we are just like
working
script.
Yeah. How did you? I mean, because as you mentioned, you each played two characters. I think you did Molly and Moses, and you did Napoleon and Old Major. Can you tell us a little bit about how you researched to play? What were your references, I suppose?
I revisit the novel. I don't remember if I did finish it, but I tried to grab the essence of the story and the context. I tried to remind me, okay, this is about this, that. And at the same time, I did went on YouTube to look for pigs, to watch how they move and all that. But then I start to work out to balance between, because we need to have the animal's body, but at the same time, it's not really a story about animal, it's about humanities. So how to portray it in an animal body at the same time to keep the awareness that I'm also portraying human. And actually the hardest part is when we come to director, how will he feel about that? So I think these three things is like juggling between these three to get a balance. And although actually sounds like I'm luckier than her because she has the Air Force and the what?
The Air Force
but me, both characters are pigs. But there's a tiny but strong difference between Napoleon and Old Major. So we know Napoleon is like a villain, and then Old Major is like the old hero like that. So Yeah, then I realized, no, this is actually harder.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
To keep the same body, but
Different
character.
personalities, yeah. For me, it's like, okay, first talk about Molly, the black horse. Actually, we have 3 horses. Yeah, the three characters. So actually, we moved the same way, but I give a subtle, like, different movement, like, because she's more young. Yeah, and she's more like, she's just hopping around like a child. Yeah, so I was like researching on how like cute or more fun kind of young horses, how they jump around.
Yeah,
that kind of feeling. And also Molly is kind of a bit sassy. Yeah, so how she moves, I add a bit of like the sassiness in her body. It's like flip her hair around, jump around. But Moses is kind of more challenging to me. It's like, it's easy to flap the wings around, but his characteristic is more like he wants to brainwash people. Yeah, but it's in a crow body, so it's like, for me, crow is kind of noisy, but he needs to be the very influenced enough and convincing enough kind of character. So it's a lot of work to do to find that subtle, how to not be too noisy but convincing enough kind of.
Like balancing restraint,
Yeah.
but also being free to make
to
be that loudspeaker kind of
the
thing.
crow is quite free, fly around.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that. We'll dive a little bit more deeper into representing these characters. But Quito, tell us a little bit about your experience as costume designer for this production.
Yeah, to be honest, I think the challenge for this production is another level, because it's not about how the delicate of the costume is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not about how complicated or we need to take how many hours to make it. It's about the ideas, because at first, right, I discussed with Kopman, because I did a lot of research about the animal form in theatre production from the internet and anywhere, because like everything what I search is from the website, right? So they only have like the animal form, the character, right, is wearing like the piggy ears or something like that, but it looks like too cartoon for us. Yeah, so it's like a bit dangerous. We don't want they look like exactly the
children's
animal.
play
kind
of.
Yeah, the problem is like that. So I'm thinking to mix what we are doing, taking the balance, like just what Soo Ming just said. We need to do the human and the animal, the part we need to combine together. So what the final idea is, we just like matching the ideas of nowadays fashion elements and the body of the animals. Yeah. We are mixing 2 things together, and that's the hardest part of the production. It's not about the time of making it or researching for the fabric or the materials. It's the idea to produce this whole. For me, it's like another level of costume design. Yeah, it's different. We have no references to refer.
Yeah. For the benefit of audiences, the actors kind of embodied the movement of the animals that they portrayed. So how did you make your costume? It's a really bad question. I don't know how to phrase it. But how did you create your costume to flow together with their movement so that it didn't restrain, but actually amplified their movement?
Yeah. Because this is the different with the fashion design and costume design, right? So everybody like asking like, hey, for me, fashion design is much more easier. Costume design is another level, because just like what you said, the costume will restrict the body of the actors, right? And like restrict how they perform for in their characteristics, something like that. So we need to a lot of fitting. So we have like the first fitting and the second fitting, and then even though like already near the show time, right? Also the Jerry, his pants
He broke his costume all the time.
The first, I don't know, like 3 show, and then after that, and then another 2, like nothing happened, And then I told director, I said, I think maybe like Jerry a bit like try too hard, and when he spread his leg, maybe he should like just make it softer or something like
dancer.
that. Yeah. I know, like he's young.
He's young.
A lot of energy,
a lot of strength.
I know it's good. This is not his problem, but like I don't have any and it's soft, you know. I can't solve the problem already because like only his pants is already tear like each show, like the first three shows.
almost every show.
Yeah, and then I asked director, can you like try to like change his movement a bit? Yeah. So after that, like everything is soft lah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Thank you so much for explaining that, because I mean, you're not just creating a piece that they wear, but just based on this conversation, you're already talking to the director and figuring out how to make it work in that sense.
Another thing I really want to thanks to the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't blame me anything at all because the costume is so hot.
You know, we didn't do it in front of him. But
Because it's leather. The whole thing is leather.
Oh,
Yeah.
You should see my costume.
I'm so
It's
afraid
really,
to die.
it's really good for winter.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Cotton.
So thick.
because like as I say, right, I'm mixing the fashion design element and
Yes.
the animal body element, right? So
Yes.
you know, like a for peg, right? They got like the what am I
the
saying?
layers,
Yeah, the
the
layers,
layers of-
something the
fats,
body,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm using the technique of fashion design, which is the down jacket. You know down jacket, right?
the folds and everything.
Yeah. So you know down jacket will make you like look so bulky, something like that. So I'm thinking this is a good idea. So they are wearing down jacket on the stage.
Yeah. In KL Park.
It's all cold. It's all cold. We're in winter.
Yeah.
It looks like the aircon is not cold
No, it's
enough
not cold
for
enough.
this.
No.
It's never cold enough when you're on
Never,
stage.
never.
Yeah.
Setting.
Yeah. So imagine we got to fight on the stage. And
I know.
when we are backstage.
Like-
Open up.
Yeah.
Sexy.
yeah, and breathe. And then go back on stage.
Unzip.
Yeah.
How has this experience challenged you or made you evolve in your practice, if it has?
It makes me like feel like after this show, right, I can do anything.
Yeah. You already got it.
No, because it's the idea. I think that because like you guys is artists, right? I think the idea is the hardest part. Yeah, the beginning of creating something. Once you got the idea confirmed, and that's much more easier. You just need to like execute it, thinking like something very delicate, like the beads and pearls, something like that. That might harder, right? No, this is just the times. You just need time to do it. But for this one, right, you don't have the idea, then that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is more important for me. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that's a very nice perspective to lean on too.
I also learned a lot of things from this production.
From the production, yeah. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that later on. But just bringing it back to perhaps the content, Animal Farm being something that was written, a while back, and then now people still restage the show because there is a relevance to it. How was it like for you? What do you think is the relevance of this show being shown today in Malaysia?
Wow, heavy question.
Yeah.
And Quito, I mean, for all manners, I would love to hear your perspective as well. Yeah. Why is the show relevant today?
I think it's for me, it's always about changing. If like something is like always stagnant there and nobody look things from other perspective, then it will always be like, I'm fine with that, I'm fine with okay with this. But there are like different kind of people, different perspective. You can stay where you are, or you can want to improve things, or you just lay back, or I don't want to change anything. But it's more of, for me, it's like a mirror to see where you are, what is your place that you want to take a role on. Yeah, so for me, it's like to see from this story where you are at and what you want to do or don't want to do. Yeah.
I think actually started from the original story and then the script. Those characters are well written as in it portray different classes of people, from the people in power to the people, the civilians, and all that. So for me, it's not just in Malaysia, and actually that the answer why is to keep being producing it again over the world. And through, for example, the boxer, I think a lot of audience share that there's two. The character they most empathize with is boxer,
Very
because
connected.
in a sense most of us are boxers. We work like we're like crazy just to
Horse.
earn, and then we don't have time to think. The only thing we can interact with the power is just obey. So after all, we can't think anymore. We can't just do it. They're right. I think that's really portraying something very relevant.
Yeah.
And I mean not just now, but all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as for the people in power, well, we know that it's over the world, different ages, different centuries of history. There are these dictators, whether it's real or fake, but they are there.
Yeah.
So that's what I think about this. Actually, my favorite book from Orwell is 1984. Yeah, then Animal Farm for me is like a more, how to call that, easier or shorter version of 1984 to portray the dystopian ideology show. So
Thank you for sharing that. Peter, what about you?
For me, it's like, the script is timeless. Just like Soo Ming just said. This issue is happen everywhere, anywhere. Even a classroom, or maybe a family, or even friends. That's why when you watch it, you can like totally relevant to yourself. Office, or bigger community, or in a city or a country. That's why this script is timeless. It's like happen anywhere, everywhere, anytime. So that's why it's keep restaging like every time. It's totally fun. So that's why in the costume part we are thinking about timeless. So the costume is not looking like in any era or not futuristic. That's why it's fun. The whole production is just another level to me.
So I think like when I was young, facing like 1984, for example, for me it's political. But I think maybe now I'm kind of aging, and I from Animal Farm or 1984 or I think I see humanity there. It's like I don't have that anger. As in the past, when I was younger, I would really just so everything's their fault. But now it's like no, it's just the reality. It's just the world that we're living in. So like in the ending of Animal Farm, so it's a question that whether we need to continue the revolution or not. Is that revolution the right thing to do? I think for me now it's a question. It's not like we got to keep fighting. Fighting for what? At the end, it's at the end. I think it's more like we all always fighting to ourselves. Like maybe let's say maybe Napoleon, what he's fighting for is actually to satisfy his greed or something the lack of in him. So that's what I see about this.
Thank you. Well, in productions like these, especially this scale, we look into the collaborative spirit and partnerships that are formed, the dynamics between and among everyone. Now, Pentas Project and W Productions have collaborated for many, many years now. What has been a crucial thing that you have observed, you have seen, that has made that partnership work?
From my point of view, what I see interesting is, of course, Koma is much different now, but in many years ago, when I first worked with him, or I was one of his acting students. Student, me too. Long time ago. So, and I knew the Koma that I knew is very serious. And he loves serious matters, serious topic. And then years later, he's still doing Animal Farm. Means I thought he is serious, but during the rehearsal, he changed. And okay, so talking about this seriousness, I think it's interesting to see how the seriousness of the theme that Pentas Project chose combined with W Production. I'm not saying W Production not serious, but but I think the spirit is the accent is different. Two of them, I think it's kind of contrast. So I see both company work together. It's like, oh wow. So you can see, okay, this play itself is still pretty serious, But somehow, when we did, for example, publicity, marketing, and we did it in a very chill way, I think it's a good. Yeah, it's kind of make this production for me. It extend bigger in terms of the theme. Like I said before, it's not just political fight. It's more like, oh, come on, this life. Yeah, I think the lightness of W production and the heaviness, I'm not sure. It may be a misunderstanding. The weight is different, but the combined, I think it makes good stuff.
It balances up.
Exactly.
I agree with
Yeah.
Yeah, because William, the production, he's more fun, to be honest. It's more like he got a more younger spirit. Like now, what TikTok anything, Instagram, Reels okay. He can play anything. So like just like Soo Ming just said, just like Gottman, he's like very how to say, because a careful person, something like that. So William is more fun and younger. So and I want to say that like W production is a very versatile production. Yeah, they can do any kind of show. Yeah, that's why. So it's very accessible, everything. So that's why they're easy to come up with the ideas. Yeah, because when you like you can see like is the two production is got their very strong characteristic, right? It's a bit hard to collaborate. Yeah.
And also I think the collaboration expand the how to say, the audience scale.
Yes.
So we got the audience from different,
Agents or different community.
But it also changes, right? Because you're not working, it's not a Pentas project, or it's not a W Productions project. But by bringing both together, working well together, you also, a little bit, you change the creative ecosystem. Kind of show that partnerships can work across generation, across different
And
characters.
as a director too, myself, I really happy to see how this but this collaborative work it's doing for the recent years, because like Pentas is more like the creative part, and then we do need the other eye from the other perspective to make
really work in the marketing field.
To produce it in that sense.
to enrich
To
the
enrich,
production.
yeah. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this conversation. Congratulations again on the nomination. And to our audiences listening, thank you for joining us. My name is Miriam, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much.
Bye.